I started in the insurance business with Mutual of Omaha, Wild Kingdom, back in 1980. Very different then. It just seemed like the right place to be was helping people be able to retire and know that they weren't going to run out. We worked for decades to accumulate, save, and provide for ourselves in retirement.
Prior to joining Oxford Retirement Estate Planning, not thinking we'd be going to war anytime soon, I wanted to travel and see the world. I decided to join the Navy. I spent a little over 6 years in the Navy. I'm from Arizona native. I grew up in the Buckeye area. But knowing that that's not what I was going to do for the rest of my life, that I wanted to transition and be bigger than that.
He got out of the Navy in 2007, and his first stop was at our front door.
And then ultimately sitting down and meeting with Mike and him walking me through the process of what he does, knew that that was going to be the right fit, and that's something that I need to push towards.
We've worked together ever since, and I was very happy and privileged to be blessed by him. It's been really great.
Through that 2008, there was a lot of businesses, even in our industry, going out of business. So it was devastating to me to get out of the military where I was saving lives and into something where I was trying to help people grow and fulfill their retirement dreams. Through that downturn, we really restructured our practice and decided, hey, if we're going to do this, we really need to grow together and focus on this together. And ultimately working my way up to partner and vice president of the firm and doing more of the educational classes. What's very powerful about us teaching classes is having real life financial planners, advisors, teaching the classes that have been doing it for years, that have the stories with the client experience of what happened to them, and then being able to explain how to manipulate that and get a greater outcome for our clients.
At Oxford, we handle everything A to Z. At the end of the day, whatever is right for the client is what we want to do.
There's even a difference from Oxford and other small firms, is the emphasis on education here is nothing I've ever seen before.
We want everyone to be educated. I always say the best clients are the educated clients.
Here, Landon's looking for people that want to be educated, want to be a part of the family here. Getting to explain some of these concepts to the clients, help them understand, this money that they worked so hard for, what it's doing for them now and how it's working for them.
Because we're both looking at the numbers and we're going to map out every different strategy and every different piece of it that actually plays into what they're trying to do.
And then most people say, hey, in retirement, this is like a full-time job, having to understand and know this, and once I understand it, the government will come and change all the rules. And so they realize that they need to work with a trusted advisor to walk them through this process for the next 10, 15, 30 years of their life.
Even from the front desk to the marketing to client services, everyone understands the goal here, and they're working together. And I think a big part of it too is, if you meet Landon, you know him, is work hard and play hard, right? So we're all work really hard, and then when there's a client event like a game or a boat cruise, it's fun. It's a fun place to be. It's a fun place to hang out.
In early 2021, Mike came to me and said, hey, I'm 63. We need to sit down and figure this out.
We'd been discussing and considering how to do a transition succession plan, essentially, because at some point I want to retire and be on the other side of the desk. We agreed that last year was the timing was right. Number one, I wanted to be here a few years after the transition to make sure that it was a smooth transition and that all of our clients knew that things weren't really changing. We have such a strong relationship with a lot of our clients. We feel like family. And I didn't want to just be gone one day. That's not a good feeling.
It wasn't easy. There's definitely tears shed of how do we structure this and what does the next 5, 10, 15 years look of my life and his. It took us 9 months to get it all figured out, and ultimately the best case scenario was for me to basically buy Mike out and take over the company. He's come to me several times since that it's been a true blessing, that he has more time and freedom to do what he wants to do in life, but also serve the needs of his client and still be the face here. I think if you're doing good deeds and you're serving others, you'll always be successful and always be in business. In fact, at our last State of the Economy in January, we had over 300 clients there, and I told them we had our most successful year. we had, it's not based on how much revenue we generated. It's based on how many new households we sat down with to help. That's what we judge ourselves on. It's not on a dollar figure, it's on how many lives did we touch to help. Because if we can excel at doing that, all of the rest of the items will fall into place.